Next up, at UFC 320, we have Josh Emmett taking on Youssef Zalal. Josh Emmett, 19-5 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5, coming off that decision loss to the undefeated Lerone Murphy, taking on Youssef Zalal, 17-5 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5 on a 9-fight win streak. Josh Emmett is a very familiar face at this point. He's a high-level wrestler who doesn't really wrestle because he's got power in his hands, and he just starts knocking people out. He has 16 fights in the UFC with 12 knockdowns, and that is an absurd statistic for a wrestler to have. His fight IQ is not spectacular, but we did see more wrestling out of him in his last fight. He fought Lerone Murphy. Not a wildly competitive fight, but he did come forward and he did shoot more takedowns than he had been recently. He still has high-level skills. He's insanely tough, and he hits ridiculously hard. He's taking on Youssef Zalal. Youssef Zalal was cut in 2023 after a pretty tough slate. Went on the regional scene, got a couple of wins, came back, and since he came back, has looked phenomenal. When he left the UFC, he was sort of like a rangy distance striker. When he came back to the UFC, he was a nasty, come forward, shoot a takedown, submit you grappler. He is coming off of that recent win over Calvin Kattar where he won the first 2 rounds, kind of ran away in the third.
He outstruck Calvin in the 3rd round.
He was running backwards, though.
He outstruck Calvin in the 3rd round. It's such a shit narrative.
It's not a shit narrative. We literally saw it with our own eyes. He outstruck him. Come on, dude. He outstruck him because Calvin was winding up and he was literally running backwards. And at some points, he turned around and ran away with his back to Calvin. You can't just go off the stats and say he outstruck him. He literally ran away. Come on.
He literally landed more strikes. What do you want him to do?
Because he'd be like, jab, jab, run. Jab, jab, run. That's not outstriking somebody. That's avoiding a fight.
What do you want him to do?
I'm not criticizing that. He was up 2 rounds. Do it. Win the fight. Do what you need to do. You interrupted and said he outstruck him. So I'm now defending that
your
point.
Shit opinion.
Okay. I also gave a fact. And the fact was he's coming off the decision win over Calvin Kattar where he locked in the first 2 rounds and then ran in the 3rd. Anyway, Youssef Zalal is very good. Youssef Zalal should absolutely win this fight. I don't see Josh out wrestling Youssef. I don't see Josh at this age outstriking Youssef. Obviously, if he lands big, that's a problem for anybody. And I think Youssef is so defensively sound and his willingness to avoid a firefight, like we saw in that 3rd round against the Kattar fight, is perfect for this. It's perfect. He will not engage in the bullshit. He will fight a smart fight and he will win this fight. Should he be a 5-1 favorite against like the number 4 guy on the planet? I guess we'll find out. That seems extreme, but then you look at the matchup and it's like, that should be what happens. So Youssef is going to be the pick. The odds are continuing to widen. They feel wide, but outside, like I'd be curious if anybody in this chat, and I know you won't, but I'd be curious if anybody in this chat says, yes, I think Josh Emmett wins. Who here thinks Josh wins, but not by knockout? Because I think that's the one and only possible outcome here for a Josh Emmett win. What do you think, Jacob?
I think that the most money lost on this entire card is going to be people that look at these odds. They see the highlights. They remember the knockout of Bryce Mitchell. They see the plus 355. They're like, Youssef Zalal minus. You got to sprinkle Josh at 355. You got to play Josh. I'm sprinkling Josh at KO. All those little sprinkles that everyone's going to play, they're all going to fucking lose. They're all going to fucking lose. Listen to Josh Emmett himself. A few months ago, Youssef Zalal said, I want to fight Josh Emmett. What did Josh Emmett say? I'd actually rather not fight you. I want to fight a bigger. I don't want to fight you. He didn't want to fight a bigger. He does not want to fight Youssef Zalal because it is the worst matchup in the fucking division for fucking Josh Emmett. A guy that just wants to wing wild shit against a guy that doesn't fucking stop moving. Not only does he not stop moving, but the way he can shoulder roll and roll with shots is next fucking level. Nobody touches Youssef. Nobody punches him clean. He fought fucking Ilya. I know that was short notice. Ilya all the time. Ilya wasn't touched. He made Ilya start wrestling because Ilya was getting frustrated chasing this guy down. The movement, the in and out. Now he's mixed in. He's got offensive wrestling as well. Josh Emmett is not going to take this guy down. I have talked to Youssef. Youssef's my friend. This is a biased fucking pick, but I'm telling you right now, I told Youssef this. If I was game planning for Josh Emmett, I would just crash into clinches. I would try to hold against the fence and try to strike with elbows off the fucking clinch, get back in the clinch, but you can't hold Youssef in those positions. He's too good at this point. He used to be, back in the day, you could get in those. You could take him down. He is too good in the prime of his fucking career. His movement's too good. His striking's too good. His defensive striking's too good. His takedown offense is too good. Josh Emmett is a 40-year-old winging wild shit. He's not going to land a big shot. He's not going to wrestle. These odds are correct. And if you're sprinkling on Josh Emmett, you're sprinkling on a pile of fucking shit. Youssef Zalal is going to get this job done. It's going to be easy. Josh Emmett didn't want to fight this guy. You're going to find out why. Youssef Zalal is too fucking good at this point.
I literally agree with everything you're saying, and that's what I was like trying to articulate with the odds. Like, it feels wide, but I don't know why it feels wide, because then I look at the matchup and it's like he should win this fight.
And the way that too is Josh Emmett, like, he's like keeps posting like I boxed 10 rounds. For fucking what? Why you should, if anything, Josh should have been just wrestling and hope that he can take down and control and wear down a guy. You're not going to stand. Youssef's not going to, he doesn't box people. That's why Calvin Guitar was getting fucking pissed off and just throwing wild shit, because he doesn't stand in front of you and box. Okay, you're boxing for 10 rounds in the gym against this guy that's standing in front of you. Youssef doesn't fucking play those games. He's fucking in, he's out, he's left, he's right. You're going to be standing there. Yeah, where's he going?
I completely agree, and I just looked up what these odds translate to. Minus 455, which, listen, does seem wide on paper. He's fighting the number, 5 ranked guy on the planet?
No, they're like 8 and 9.
Oh. That translates to 78%. So 78% of the time, Youssef wins this fight. That seems correct to me. Youssef Zalal is going to be the pick. Don't quite know what I'm going to do. Maybe there's some value. Youssef by decision, potentially. I mean, he could submit Josh, in theory, if he goes all in there. I think he avoids... I think he avoids fire on the feet. So, to your point, anybody doing a little sprinkle on Josh to win, money line, inside the distance decision, no action,
the books know what they're doing.
It's a sprinkle for a reason.
I think the books got this a little bit wide because they want people to play Josh.
I mean, I get it, especially because they didn't. What is interesting, though, is they're not following the money line, meaning plus 355 and minus 455 are very wide. They didn't juice the plus 355. You get what I'm saying? Should be 20% between those two. That's where their profit margin is. That's way more than 20%.
I would wash that neck. I would watch.
Okay. $6,800 in DraftKings Fantasy. If you think there's a Hail Mary, do it. If not, leave it alone. The Youssef 94 is a little tricky because you're going to need that submission. If there's not that submission, then he is just avoiding the chaos, winning a point fight, which will be great for the scorebooks, great for a parlay, not great for your DraftKings Fantasy. Check out I
was there too, man. This is full. I love seeing this from my guy Youssef. When he came back to the UFC at the fucking Apex, Angelo was saying, "Oh, this guy Youssef shit."
Billy Q's, they cut him for a reason.
Billy Q's gonna smoke him. I was at the Apex when Youssef came through that curtain. I was the first person he saw with a fist bump. I said, "Welcome back to the UFC." I said, "Welcome home, baby." Gave me a big smile. Came up to me after the fight. Ever since then, we just been BFFs. No, I like Youssef. He's a cool guy. He's a great guy. He's been on the show. We love Youssef.
He was on the show. He's a great time. If you want to check out every pick, every bet, every tool, if you want the artificial intelligence to guide you, the DraftKings Optimizer to build a lineup for you, check it all out. WeWantPicks.com. Click. It's freaking it's such an insignificant amount of money for what you get. It's absolutely insane.
And by the way, when he becomes the champ, which he's going to become the champ, I mean, there's no doubt about that. Let's just keep this into consideration here. Hold on, let me get this. Go ahead and talk to us first a little bit.
Beep bop boop bing bong bang bop 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 bop.
Let's be serious.
Angelo selling his soul. So Angelo, who created this unbelievable product with Jacob and Josh, the web guy, at $10, and it's remained $10 for 3 years, despite us adding more and more tools, more and more people selling his soul. Or I'm like the Arizona iced tea guy that has an incredible product and refuses to raise the price.
All right, ready? So when Youssef Zalal becomes the world champion, which is inevitable at this point, and I wish he would have got to be able to win that versus Ilya, get that one back. Just remember that not only did I defend Angelo's takedowns, which he didn't really shoot any, I defended a takedown versus the world fucking champion. That's Youssef right there. Dap up and watch this. Boom, boom. No, sir.
You kept your hips in. That your instincts there were so bad.
No, look at me. I was about to take him down. Watch me hook his leg. Watch me go
You
inside.
leaned back. That's the worst.
No, I was about to hook his leg and then take him that way. Look. Boom. I literally could have really changed the trajectory of his career in this moment.
Yeah, you could have blown that knee out for sure.
I mean, honestly, he got really lucky honestly, he got lucky. I probably had if my instincts really would have kicked in there, things could have got really bad for everyone. Because sometimes I just see red, Angelo, and I don't know what's happening. And even to friends,
you just black out.
You saw that firsthand, like in our fight. Like you saw that look in my eye, and I can't control myself. And you said it's probably lucky.
I mean, yeah, good for him. Because, yeah, who knows what would have happened if that knee went sideways.
Yeah.